we've been preaching patience and all these things coming to fruition. You got, call it 3 weeks. We're going to know a lot about a lot, right? As a grower, Justin, how do you keep your mentals with this stuff, both from a trading perspective and these guys are running businesses?
To plug why we do the way we do it, you have to know what crop insurance did you buy? What farm bill election did you make? What hedges do you have on? You have to look at all that and say, if it goes a lot lower, is this the risk I want on? If it goes a lot higher, is this the risk I want on? You can go say, I'm gonna go sell all my corn at $4.15 today because I think it's going to $3. That's fine. If it goes to $5, how does that make you feel with that position? So it is like running a business. How do you manage that risk? And you have to know all those variables to make that decision. A lot of times people get in a bad spot because, yeah, I know all those numbers, I get how that's all going to work, but I still think I got to make extra money because it's going lower and throw all that stuff out of the way and I'm going to do this, right? And that's when you can get in a lot of trouble. So you have to be disciplined. That's the hardest part, to be disciplined and trust in how these things work, trust with what you've already purchased, trust with the plan. And then as the plan starts to evolve, well, you thought I was going to have 220 bushel corn, you get past pollination, you've gotten some good rains. Now I think it might be 240. Well, then you got to make a little bit of a course correction, right? Because your effective floor is dropping down a little bit. You might have to sell a little extra because you feel more confident now that the yields are going to be above that. So then maybe you got to start selling stuff. And then you got to look at, I have on-farm storage, for example. Let's say I have on-farm storage on half. I've got this big crop insurance policy that's based off the December contract, but I've got this huge carry now in December through May or July. Maybe I need to move some of my exposure from the December to the May. Try to capture that carry and take some protection off the table where I'm keeping the money, let's say, and replace it with protection that I need into the spring and summer and those kinds of things. So then there's a lot of different variables that go into that, but you got to do your work and look at your company, right? You talked about you are running a company. Look at your profitability. It really doesn't matter all these other things. I mean, we can't control what the next policy is going to be, the next tariff, the next trade deal, next EPA decision, the next conflict. Can't control any of that. Can't control the weather. But we can control is what, based on what you know on your farm and what you've already done, what's the best course for you? Not a
That's really
sexy
good.
or fun answer, but that's the answer.
Uh-huh.